What's going on, everybody? This is Harsh Plays Games, and today we're going to talk about the upcoming wipe and what to do to dominate the battlefield, survive more raids, get the top tier loot very quickly without all the boring numbers of this is this much experience, this is this much. We don't want that. If you're like me, I'm extremely lazy. I want the biggest bang for my buck with the minimal output. That is what we're going for in this video. If you find value out of this, be sure to subscribe down below, comment, let us know what you think, and I'll see you in there. So today we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about what you should be focusing on at the beginning of wipe with your player level, with the trader levels, managing your hideout, and overall goal of your raids going in and out of the raids. So for me, the first thing I like to do at the beginning of a wipe is organize my stash. In your kiosk, you're going to have all your starting items, all your stuff's going to be unorganized inside of your stash. Manage that the best way you can, or what's the most efficient for you, so that way whenever you go in and out of raids, whether you die or you extract, you can quickly get back into raids. By minimizing the time in between raids, you can maximize your experience output, especially for those weekend warriors or those that are just trying to enjoy the game on their off time, making the most out of it. You also got to ask yourself, am I an aggressive player, or do I like to sit back, loot, and avoid conflict? This is going to determine your route or path throughout the raids to maximize whatever you're trying to do. So that's a perfect segue into our next subject, which is player experience. As you can see up here, that is your player experience and the level that you are, and this is important because at certain levels you unlock certain upgrades to your hideout. These upgrades to your hideout allow you to do things like make more meds, or to make more bandages, to allow you to make more passive income through your intel station, or maybe to have more plants for your farm to make more meds. These are all things that are going to upgrade your hideout to help make you some money while you're sleeping, so passive income.
It's free real estate.
As well as just to make life easier in general, to maximize the efficiency of the fuel station and the storage that you have in your hideout. So player experience for that reason is very important. So how do you level that up? Player experience breaks down into a couple things, and again, this is going to be bare bones basic, but exactly what you need to know. Looting, eating, drinking, healing, killing, surviving, and traveling even. So these are all the different categories that you can get experience for inside of the raid. Now the biggest one I want to touch up on and focus is the looting experience, because this is going to be the biggest variable on how much loot you make. For example, if you have a big backpack, or at least a venture-sized backpack, it's going to give you the most bang for your buck at the beginning of wipe, because you can loot everything that you see, pick up and grab, not only to make money, but it's going to give you experience towards your player count or player level. And for that reason, you're going to want to pick up anything and everything. Now there is a priority to what you do pick up. If you find after 2 to 3 raids you're finding a lot of the same items, these are going to be your common tier items. Common tier items are not going to give you as much XP compared to the streamer items, purple key cards, graphics cards, power banks. These higher level rarities are going to pay you more experience in the long run, so you should always prioritize those if you're running out of space. But however, pick up anything and everything. Hey, real quickly everybody, if you want to find out what exactly sells for the most, or what is the most rare, you can go up here to the wiki and just search up the junk items and then sort by sells for. This is going to give you the most in-depth as far as how much money you're going to get, as well as experience. That way you can understand it yourself to prioritize those items if you want. Again, wanted to keep the video super simple, but if you want to go to the extra level, you can do that. If you find food or water, eat and drink it. It's just like Tarkov. You get experience for it. If you get injured in battle, go ahead and use that stem. Don't worry about saving it. Don't try to make money off it. Try to level up your experience. It's way more important, because down the road we can focus on money. Right now we're focusing on player experience as well as maximizing our trader experience. Now that we've done that, now we can move on to the trader levels and trader experience. So how do we do that? We're going to focus on 3 traders specifically, and this is what those 3 traders are: Jiri's Euro Market, Minty Tactical, and Spectre. If you want to learn how to level up Minty and Spectre very quickly, I have a whole how-to guide on that, and I got a ton of positive feedback on that video, people saying it's helped them out tremendously. So go ahead and check that out. I'll put it right here. Now for Jiri, pretty simple. You kill 25 players, NPCs, kill 5 Phoenix, 5 players. Boom, you got almost, you do have 11, you have 10,000 XP between those 2 items, and you're going to be doing those anyways. So the next thing we can do is complete 5 raids without dying if you feel competent. If not, you can go 5 raids, 10 raids. There's no requirement on time or death penalty. Those are the missions you should be selecting. Jerry's important because he handles the food items that you need in between raid, as well as the bunker items throughout the hideout. But more importantly, you can buy the ammunition from him at level 3 to get armor piercing rounds, which is really going to help you dominate the battlefield. For that reason, Shiro is not really important. Tabor rehabilitation hospital is not important, and these two don't really have any purpose as far as leveling up, at least right now. But if anything changes, we'll make an updated video on that. Moving on to Minty, again, I play a little bit more aggressive, so I like to select kill 5 players in 3 raids, kill 10 players in 7 lives, and that's going to allow you to get a lot of experience very quickly. Look, that's 4,500 plus 5,700. So that's going to be over 10,000 experience in probably 3 raids or less, or 4 or 5 raids, which you're going to be doing anyways. But if you want to go the less aggressive route, complete 5 raids, kill 12 Phoenix. You can also kill 15 Phoenix in 3 raids, which is pretty easy. Spectre has the same kind of mission, I believe, at the bottom. If you go in with an SMG to silo, you can kill 25 Phoenix in 5 raids, get 8,400 XP. So you can kill 3 birds with 1 stone on that category. Now, if you are going with an SMG, I would suggest you also pick up the kill 10 players with SMG, because that, again, we're trying to get the most synergy between all the missions. If we kill 5 players, we want it to count across all 3 traders, so we spend less time focusing on the missions. We can just get them all done in one swoop. So for Spectre, I like to go with, because I use an assault rifle, I don't like SMGs, and you don't get a lot of good ones early on. I go 10 players with assault rifles, kill 5 players without dying 3 times, so it doesn't matter how many raids it takes, just as long as you don't die 3 times. And I do kill 25 players. Those are the missions that I select because they give you the most experience for being aggressive, and it basically counts across all traders. So again, we're leveling 3 traders at once, and that's why it's super important to do this. And if you want to know which map to go on, it's very simple. You just go to Silo. You're going to get at least 2 to 3 people minimum usually in that mission very quickly. You can get in and get out, get those missions very quickly in your first week. If you go to Matka or even Island, you're going to get more players. However, very rarely you're going to see the same amount of players at the same time. The time difference between the 2 maps, Missile Silo, you're going to see them very, very quickly. You can get in and out very quickly, almost 2 to 3 raids worth compared to the time it takes to go into Island. So just keep that in mind. That is my go-to map, and I spend nothing but just going in there, killing players, looting. You can get the boss items. All this has been from killing bosses, except for the uwu stuff, because players were having those at the beginning of they were having those at the beginning of the DLC. But all these level 5, level 4 armors I have got from killing bosses, and it's very easy to come across them, especially when you're killing them going into Silo a lot of times. And even oftentimes, if you are that person who wants to sit back and don't be aggressive, you can still make this work for you, because you can wait till everybody leaves. Even if they kill the boss, they usually leave at least 1 to 2 pieces of armor and at least 2 to 3 weapons. But the reason why Minty and Spectre are very important is because Minty, you can buy the bigger backpacks, which allow you to take more loot, which allows you to level up your character very quickly. I don't really use them for the armor because you can find armor in game, like I said. And then for Spectre, you can buy the drum mags at level 5, which will help you tremendously on the battlefield because you're going to have more ammo to put down range. And for that reason, you're going to survive more fights, and you're going to have more options. When you have more options, you're going to survive more fights and more raids. And to wrap up this segment, moving on to the hideout upgrades, which just correlates with you leveling up your character, you shouldn't be really focusing on these things right at the beginning. These should be like an end game priority, because you're going to find GPUs throughout your time. If you find a GPU in raid, make it a priority to get out and put it into your rack. Because even though we're making passive income by filling up our rack, we're not going to focus on this at the beginning, because we don't essentially turn a profit until you get about 6 or 7 GPUs, I believe. I could be wrong on that. If you know for sure, put it down in the comments. Even with the farm, I don't make it a priority, because down the road, you're going to unlock more of the stations to make more money, and then you want to wait till med station level 3 or 4, because at that point, you make 3 to 4 nerds per plant, and at that point it makes sense to make them and either sell them or keep them because you get the biggest bang for your buck. Again, not focusing on it at the beginning. But you can't do any of that unless you level up your character, so it doesn't matter anyways. We should be leveling up those traders as well as our character, at least trying to get to level 33 at this point in time, because that is the max level for the med station. At that point you can really make a profit on selling the plants or selling the meds in general. So this is my very brief, very concise how-to guide on how to start your next wipe to maximize your budget, to maximize your gaming, to maximize your effectiveness on the battlefield, to get the biggest bang for your buck. If you think I missed anything, please let me know down in the comment section below. Again, consider subscribing. I made this video 3 times now because of OBS issues, so I'm putting in the work. I hope that you guys can find value out of it and appreciate that. So thanks so much. Once we get to 1,000 subs, we are going to be doing a giveaway. If you have any giveaway ideas, put them down in the comments, and we'll see you all in the next one. Peace.